What's up, metalheads, and welcome down to another episode of Zetro's Toxic Vault. And today we actually have a return guest. He's one of the Bay Area legends, and a lot of things has happened to him since the last time we spoke to him. He was actually nominated for a Grammy for an amazing record called Humanicide, and he actually survived the Bay Strikes Back tour. I'm talking about Mr. Ted Aguilar. I know him as Edward Lawrence. How you doing today, brother?
How you doing, Stephen?
We've been, yes, Steve, that's great. We have been, remember we talked about coming in and doing this the last week in March?
Yeah, we talked about it at the airport when we were
That's what I'm
leaving.
saying. Right. We thought at least it would break, and then oh my God, all hell broke loose as soon as we got home. We didn't know what we were in for, even when we got home. We still didn't know the magnitude. We knew it looked like it was brewing at that point because we got home by the skin of our chinny chin chin, but
we made it home by a day.
We made it home by a day. Everything kind of lined up for us, but not so many for a lot of people in the two parties. And then unfortunately, your guy, well, my guy in AC/DC, he got hit the hardest.
Yeah, he's
did. Doing good now, though, right?
He's doing good. But you know what, Zet, that was a pretty scary time for us. Really scary time. I mean,
talk about how much information were you guys getting daily? Because I know because he was quarantined, LaShawn, which is Will's girl, she couldn't even see him. I mean, he was behind a window, right? And doctor's information is the only thing you're hearing, correct?
I mean, we were hearing from her on a daily basis. Last I heard, I remember she got a hold of us and Will says, "I'm going in the ICU." And that's when what is going on? So he went in, then it was just slow updates. He's on a ventilator. Then we were waiting, then all of a sudden he's in an induced coma. They induced it. Yeah. So, it was scary. You know, we were at that point we weren't even thinking about band.
Obviously.
We weren't.
None of us were.
I was like.
None of us were.
And, I'm just speaking on my behalf, I've known the guy since we were 15.
Yeah.
Our first three bands were together.
You go
way back together.
Back.
So, it was scary, man. At one point I was like, is my friend going to come out of it? And luckily he did.
I remember at one point, because I had went on and did an update, and then I actually got a call saying, "Hey, Zet, we don't want it. We don't know what's going on, so don't give any information out." So I kind of just stopped in doing that. I wasn't going to give out any, fake information to anybody. I didn't want to do that. We were all pulling for him, but I wasn't getting daily updates like you guys were. I was getting them every couple of days from Tom and Ursula.
Yeah.
Because I believe Ursula, which is Tom Hunting's wife, was talking to LaShawn, and that's how we were kind of getting it. And Robin had some information as well. And Robin Mason, which is Exodus's manager, and I was getting, fed, but I wasn't really fully aware of how dangerous he got, how almost grave condition it came until basically the last week before he snapped out of it. Then I was made hey. Will's not really doing that well right now, and I was like, I thought he was doing okay, and they're like, well, no. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I heard is he pulled out of it. He came out.
Yeah. The thing is, 2 days before he went in, we were supposed to go to Mexico for the Hell in Heaven festival.
I remember that.
And we decided to cancel. Will was not feeling well. Rob was not feeling well. So we canceled, and 2-3 days he went in.
Yeah, because we were supposed to actually do a private party at the end of March, and when we got back on Thursday, the guy who was hiring us for the party said, with we and Will play in a AC/DC tribute band called AC/DC, and he said, "Hey, they're starting to shut down the gatherings. So at this point, they're not only letting 100 people together, and then within days it was 10 down to nothing, and he wanted to change the date." And I remember I have a text message from Will Monday, March 16th, that in saying, oh no, we were going to move it to May 2nd. We didn't know it was going to last as long as it did, and kind of still is. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. I can do it May 2nd. And then I heard about, him going in. And by Thursday, I was like, wow, I just talked to him 3 days ago in a text message. This must have went fast. So, I mean, none of us are, again, we were so exposed to countries that were just riddled with it that at the time we were there, we didn't know,
No,
so.
we didn't. We lucked out when in Switzerland when the next night was Italy.
But
that's when they shut down.
But even though Spain is right next to Italy, and Spain was got it, France got it, England, and we went Spain, France, England, just like that too. So it was kind of like everywhere we went, it seemed like those countries after we had gotten home were the most infected countries outside of Italy, and so it seems like all of us were very much exposed to it, you know what I mean? And I know some people that are going, wow, I don't know anybody who's even gotten sick yet. And it's like, here I know like 10 people that actually got it, and actually were really sick, off of it. Only one in my band that got it was Gary. Gary was the only one, and on our bus actually, and that got sick from it.
Will and Rob had it. Damien had symptoms of it.
Do you think Aaron had it too?
I believe so. You know what? I'm gonna go with everyone.
And Austin had it too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with everyone had it. I mean, how could you not? I mean, we were all in the same club.
I didn't feel bad though. I felt great though. Even when I came home, I was. Yeah, let's go. Ready for a fight.
I guess everybody body reacts different.
Some are different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some are different. Anyway, good to hear everybody's back.
Yeah, man.
So I wanted you in so that we could talk about the tour, because the tour was a lot of fun. So because of this COVID thing has just damaged, kind of taken the balls out of everything, I want to talk about the fun we have, but we have to start with the second night in Sweden when you guys were sitting in the bus across from us and you were watching us stand outside the bus. This is where we got strip searched. Well, what were you guys thinking while you saw us?
I heard the next day because I'm an early sleeper.
Oh, so you slept through it all?
Yeah, I slept through it all, but I've heard some stories, whether they're accurate or not.
They're definitely accurate. How can you hide that?
I heard
down to our underwear.
Down to your underwear.
All the way down to the guy.
Was there any cavity search?
None of that, but Lee started grabbing his
junk.
Mine was, he started grabbing his junk to pull on it. Mine, I was cold and the turtle was inside, so I was going like this guy. He goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm trying to get my shit junk out. And then he threw me my underwear, but that was a night that we were kind of pissed. Well, there was a few of us that were very upset during that night, but 3 days later we were laughing at it. But actually the night that, and I've spoke about this already, so, I'm going to pass over that. But I wanted to talk about the Poseidon adventure.
Ferry ride?
I wanted to talk about the, yes.
Oh my God.
I wanted to talk about quite possibly the Titanic.
Well, that was the worst ferry ride you've ever been on, right?
Yes, worst one I've ever been on.
Yeah.
But I've been on another one that was pretty wild too. But this one was, we left out of Sweden to get to Finland. You have to, the most, practical way is you drive your tour bus onto this huge cruise type ferry, and there's a cruise ship. It's got a casino and karaoke and live music and a bar and food and all kinds. You kind of go, and it takes about 12 hours, right, to get there.
12 hours from Sweden to Finland.
And so we go across the Baltic Sea, and when we left, we didn't know, and I'm sure maybe the captain didn't, but there was a Category 11 storm coming into the Baltic Sea.
Man.
People weren't even allowed to fly, but we were the only boat in the Baltic Sea.
I think we were the last boat to leave.
We were.
And Testament's equipment truck was on the next one, I believe.
The next boat after, and everybody thought that it all fell off the end of the boat and into the bottom of the sea. I was getting where, I don't know where we ever ended up, but when we were in Finland, people were like, the truck just fell off the boat? Yeah, it just rolled off the back and, just went in. No, he didn't make it, and they didn't let him go because of the Category 11. Now, you got to remember, there's only a Category 12. So we were right up there.
Ooh.
And then, so I remember we were in the bar downstairs watching, the band for the, and the, with the chick sing and the guy sing. And then we moved up to karaoke.
That's right.
And we were all doing karaoke. I remember singing an AC/DC song and everybody was singing. Even singing it, though, we were like, dun, 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 back and forth. So that night I actually had a buzz on. I don't normally, and everybody knows I don't drink alcohol, but on that last tour, I was drinking a few nights, and that night I got a good buzz. So I went to my cabin, and when I was laying in my bed, I literally had to hook my arm around that little strap that's there because the bed was going this way.
It was insane.
It was just absolutely insane. And then the next morning, I'm glad we made it out because we wouldn't have if it would have fucking sank. And the next morning when we were getting off the boat, there was busted glasses and blades, and that boat looked like, it had been ransacked through and fucked through, and
it was scary. My nephew was out with us. You met him. He was doing all our he was out doing some video and taking care of our socials. So we shared a cabin together, and he decided to go upstairs in the thick of it all, and he saw everything break. He filmed it all. And he saw KY just look dead. He was like freaking out. People were up there on the phone calling home saying they weren't going to make it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I was just, I literally laying in a bed like this, and it's moving to whereas I'm like we're on the whirlybird, and then it's moving back down, and centrifugal force is what's going to keep you up. And I figured there's nowhere on this boat I can go.
Nope.
Where I'm going to be safe. If this thing goes down, we're all dead, period. It's just bottom line, and that's just the way it's going to be. And so the captain must have been hella good because he pulled through. Then I remember about 5 o'clock in the morning, it settled out, and then we got into
Helsinki
at around 8:30 a.m., and it was calm coming in, but man, getting off the boat, all the plates, all the platters, all the glasses, everything was just fucking wasted, man.
It was out of control. It was scary. I was scared. I'll admit, I was really scared. I thought the boat was going to sink.
Yeah, I didn't come back on the ferry.
I know.
I flew with the Testament guys.
Just to let everyone know, Zetro got scared. He decided not to take the ferry back.
Well, I figured this. If I was the only one left, I could do behind the music for everybody. I figured that's the way I looked at it. And the flight cost me so many miles and $25. So, and I had a killer hotel room in Hamburg, and I went out to dinner with actually Jimmy and Eric and my buddy Bopper, and went out to lunch with Chuck and Tiffany and a good friend of ours from.
So you had a good day off.
Hamburg 81 there, and Dominic, president, love you, Dominic. And we had a great day off, and I heard the boat was fine on the way back.
It was
smooth
steady
sailing.
Yep.
So, hey, it was all right. I had a good day off. And again, that's kind of why, I had you in here today, and how cool it was. You were like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, well, how great it was that, would I have ever flown with any other band if I didn't know them as well as I knew Eric and Chuck and Alex and, and those guys.
You have history
right?
with them.
That my point is that's what made this tour so cool, is that we were so close with each other. Everybody's dressing room was like, hey, boom, boom, and boom, boom, boom. There was no boundaries anywhere. We were all.
We talked about this on tour, Zet. You know how you usually go on tour with a band. First time you're just kind of getting acquainted. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, you say what's up.
Yeah,
like the day, what's going on there?
Yeah,
hey, how are you? Hey, you guys were good last night. You know what I mean?
But you don't know. There's boundaries still. People, you're just kind of feeling everyone out. Like on this tour, it's like, hey, didn't I see you last week?
Right. Exactly. But this was great. It's like, Will's coming and drinking in our room. We're drinking in your room. We're in there with the Testy guys. Testy guys are with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's going out to dinner. Oh, I went with, me and Will walked down to this record store today on there. You know what I mean? It's like, found some vinyl, or we went and did this, or oh, me and him went, from the other band, whatever. We all kind of hung out, which was great. And again, we talked about that. It's like you can go on tour with 3 bands that are your friends, that you're cool with, but it wasn't like this. You know what I mean? It was like, there wasn't nobody playing bop, bop, bop. It was just everybody together. Everybody had a great time.
Not only that, though, the crew, too.
All of the crews, they worked great together.
Because they've worked for you guys. They've worked for us.
That's funny.
You know?
Tilo, KY, there's certain techs on this that worked for all 3 bands before.
Yeah.
So, and that made it real simple, and everybody gets along, and there was no egos, and everybody there to help each other. And the fan response, all of you fans were absolutely amazing. I mean, you got to think about it. We've been doing this for 35 years, and
Long
to see
time.
the fans come out and still be hungry for the bands and go crazy and still want more. And what's the best part is that they're bringing their families and or their kids or their husbands and their wives and their just people that are that they grew up with, and it seems like it's something that's gonna be around for a while because it's very close knit, Ted. It's very, very close knit.
Yeah, this tour was great, man, and hopefully when things get lifted, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was such a success that there's there's talk about that now, but because I guess there's no concerts, especially in America. I don't know how Europe's going to do it, but I know there's no concerts in America for the rest of the year as far as AEG and Live Nation are concerned. So that's going to kill that. I mean, we were still booked on a festival in September called Full Terror Assault.
Yeah, we played that one
with Guar this year, and I was told that it's not canceled right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. It seems like, this is where this is being taped, where it's today, the 9th, June 8th, June 9th, something like that. Things are loosening up.
Yeah.
Things are definitely loosening up, and they're loosening up more quickly now. It seems like more restaurants. Like yesterday, my son was in Tracy. Nick was out. He goes, I went to Applebee's today. I'm all, the restaurants are open? He's all, well, out there they are. It's every other table. I'm all, wow, great. So we're making a move slowly back to normalcy. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, I hope but we don't know how many venues will still be open by then.
Hopefully they can save some of them. Talk about, you were nominated for a Grammy, and the last time you were here, you weren't nominated for a Grammy yet.
No.
Talk about that experience. Talk about what it was like the day that you got the call. Who called you guys? How did you
Dude, we were on tour, and we did a headlining run in North America last November, December. And I woke up to a lot of texts. I know, like at 5 a.m, Mark got a text, and he woke up Rob and goes, dude, we're nominated for a Grammy. And right when we woke up in Calgary in Canada. I think we played Dickens Pub, and that's when we found out all these texts. People were like, congratulations. Like, what? Congratulations to what? He goes, got nominated for a Grammy. We all freaked out, man. We all freaked out, like, is this real?
Honor that was.
Yeah. It was like, is this real?
I mean, because our genre of music is so not looked at by the fascist industry. So the one category that they do have for us in the Grammys, and you guys got a part of it, man. There's a lot of bands out there, Ted, that make a lot of heavy metal. To get that honor, man, just to be nominated, let alone,
being nominated was just a win for us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was a win. I mean, we actually got to go to the Grammys.
Yeah, right. I want to talk about that too. Tell everybody who did win. I know they know. Tell everybody who won.
Tool won.
Zetro
Tool.
Won. Tool, right? Another one.
No, they won. But it's okay.
It's okay. I mean? You were there.
We were there.
Again, you were there.
Here's how I look at it. I mean, out of all the metal bands in the world,
that's what I just said. All of the albums that they released.
There was Tool, Killswitch Engage, us, I think Candlemass.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I forgot the other band, but out of all the metal bands, we were lumped up with these 5.
Right.
Nominated for a Grammy. I mean, just sitting next to Tool, I mean, people will go, who's Death Angel? The name is out there. So just and going to the Grammy was an experience, man.
Talk about that. Talk
Yeah.
about being able to go to the Grammys. What's it like to walk the red carpet? Did you and did you see anybody that like that you were like standing next to that you've admired over the years?
Here's how it works. There's two ceremonies. You have the big ceremony. We all know the televised ceremony.
Right. I know that our award is not televised.
And it's online. It streams or whatever. But
Not televised.
Yeah. So
Fuckers.
there's two ceremonies. One was like 12 in the afternoon to 4. That's our ceremony. With all the medal and best producer or in the lower level type.
Best Latin conga.
There you go. Those
exactly.
categories. So that happens from like 12 to 4. So we did walk the red carpet. It was interesting, I was like, but to me, I was like, that's it.
But Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't there yet, huh?
While we were having our ceremony, that's when the big people came out to the red carpet, But we did, after our little ceremony, we all split to get something to eat. Then we came back and checked out the big ceremony, which is...
You were allowed to go to it then?
Yeah, we were allowed. And the after party afterwards.
Did you have a table on the floor or were you up in the seats?
Up in the seats, but there were good seats.
Okay, wow. At least the Grammys took care of you on that.
Yeah.
Did you get to see who was sitting in your seat before you? Did you do that? I know I'm anal. I would have done that. Let's see. Who was sitting? Is it in the same room? Is it in the same hall?
No. It
Oh,
was
okay.
Staples Center. Then they had the Microsoft Center next
I
door.
see.
Ours was at the Microsoft Center. But what was really trippy is when we all met up at the hotel and our publicist came and said, okay, we're going to walk you on your way to the red carpet. Right when we were walking out of the hotel to the red carpet, that's when we found out Kobe Bryant
Oh, wow.
was in a
that
helicopter
put
crash.
a damper on it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And, we were at Staples Center, Lakers,
Yeah, that totally put a damper on it. Wow. What during your ceremony,
Yeah.
was there any heavy hitters there that were nominated for say something else that they had to come to the ceremony earlier for that you noticed?
I did notice, I didn't notice, my wife noticed that Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani came in and sat behind us. If they didn't win in the award, they went out. They just came in just in time to see if they were going to win. They didn't win, so they stepped out.
Okay, so they were nominated for something during that, and they didn't win, and they came out. And but you didn't see it. Your wife did.
They were like sitting a few rows behind us. But, Rodrigo y Gabriela won. They were in there. They won. So, I mean, it was like you said, best Latin performance, Congo.
Right. Best.
They even had a category like best CD packaging.
Really? Who won that? Do you
I
know?
have no idea.
Who won? I wonder because I want to check that out.
Yeah, but it was an experience. It was fun. Would I do it again if we got nominated? Of course. But I wouldn't go if someone goes, I got a free ticket to the Grammys. I wouldn't go.
What an experience.
Yeah. It was fun to experience, but that's it.
Right on. We're going to take a break right now.